Hey, what's going on? Right, basically, let's discuss Raw 25. In a nutshell, wasn't really a good show. Well, I mean, there's some people that say it was a good show. Me personally, I thought it could have been a hell of a lot better. Quite a lot of the superstars, including the return of The Undertaker, I'll get onto that soon. Um, they seemed quite bored. I know there was a lot of speculation as well of Jim Ross and Joe the King Law falling asleep. Obviously, I've seen photos and stuff. Vince, fair play to Vince. Obviously, 25 years of this amazing TV show, this amazing company. Fair play. I mean, I've only been watching WWE since '98, and the first thing I saw was as memory, because I was only 7 at the time, was Undertaker basically really starting the Ministry of Darkness. I believe it was when he kidnapped Stephanie and McMahon Austin. Um, so the first person I saw when I watched wrestling was Undertaker. So I mean, I liked the idea of having the two arenas, like going back to the '93 arena in Manhattan, and obviously the one over in Brooklyn, but the thing is, people don't seem to understand why certain fans were getting angry in the Manhattan one. I mean, the match that the match that was televised over here for us to see in the Manhattan arena was Bray versus Woken Matt, and I was really disappointed with that because it wasn't very long. It's quite quick, and Bray won, and I just felt like it was a bit. But obviously, I've seen unseen footage since then, and I don't understand why they didn't just show that on telly, like Brother Nero coming out, Brother Nero chance. It would have been like great TV to see. I liked the way our Raw 25 started, obviously, with Shane and Stephanie, and then Vince coming out as a good guy, but then turns on the crowd. Stone Cold comes out, he basically pushes Shane into a stunner twice. But then obviously Vince gets stunned as well. Very, very clever. It's nostalgic. I don't understand why Austin didn't say anything, but then again, maybe that's just makes it more. I don't understand what. Obviously, we know The Rock is a busy guy, one of the most highly paid actors in the world. Why the hell wasn't he there? I don't know. He could have turned up. He's done it before. Who knows? Um, Undertaker. Now, I was really happy to see Undertaker. He looks like he's in tremendous, tremendous condition. I read an article about a week ago saying that someone saw him backstage and he looks in phenomenal shape. He did look like he was in phenomenal shape, but something was amiss. I just felt like he didn't seem that bothered really with what he was saying. Um, he seemed like he was quite bored, shall I say? It seemed quite bored. Um, and I'm very confused because he's either teasing a retirement or he's teasing he'll be in the Royal Rumble because he kept mentioning people who have rest in peace. Maybe it's not finally time that they do rest in peace, which is making me think. And then he walks away, and I'm a bit there like, what do you mean? Like, but this is where I'm going to get to my final thought of the whole thing. Sorry, Jerry. Um, Once I get to that at the end. But yeah, I mean, seeing all the great people backstage, obviously the APA segment, I don't know why they kept showing that. And then they expect fans to sit there and watch Heath Slater, Rhino versus Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. Yes, the Dudley Boys turned up at the end, put, Heath for a table, stuff like that to get nostalgia to it. But the match beforehand, I don't understand. Like, and what really annoyed me was the pre-show JBL and Ron Simmons basically gave a hint that they were going to get back into the ring. I read an article that Scott Hall was asked to bring his wrestling gear, but I believe that may have something to do with why Kevin Nash wasn't there, because I'm guessing that they wanted them two to team up to take on Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder at the Manhattan Center. That's what I was guessing. It was going to be some sort of like a new guy versus old guy, but because Kevin's obviously with his injuries and he couldn't be there, that's why they came up with that weird segment towards the end. Fair enough, the ending was pretty good to Raw, building up to the big Braun, Kane, Lesnar match. I already know. If I was going to book it, I would probably book it. I would not book Roman Reigns. Now he's lost the Intercontinental Championship, which fair play to The Miz. I think he's probably one of the best heels at the minute in WWE. I really respect The Miz. Roman, fair play, he can wrestle and stuff like that. And where the hell was Goldberg as well? I really thought Goldberg was going to turn up. But this is where I'm going to get to my final thing about Raw 25 at the end of this video. Basically, now everyone's thinking Roman's lost the title. He's going to try and win the Royal Rumble, right? And then he'll go on and main event WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar. I don't think that should happen. I would book it this Sunday. Brock pins Kane, wins back his title. Because last year in the Royal Rumble, Kevin Owens defeated Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns was number 30 in the Royal Rumble. Now, usually, if you're in a main event, you're not really in the Royal Rumble. Like, it depends. Unless you're, the champion's obviously not, apart from 2016. But my theory is this, that Kane will get pinned by Lesnar. Lesnar will retain the title. Braun's probably going to go on a Madden, thinking, I've been cheated out. And then bang, Braun's probably going to turn up in the Royal Rumble, maybe towards the end. I don't think he'll be number 30. And probably win it. If not Braun, maybe Shinsuke Nakamura to build up to Shinsuke versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania for the title, unless Kevin or Sami wins the title. It's interesting, that handicap match, because any one of them two guys could win it and then win the title, but then they're making out like they'd keep the title between the two of them. They wouldn't. Because if, say, Sami was to win the title, Sami would probably be like, okay, I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. Now I'm the champion. Kevin might try and take that off him, and I don't know. The way I would book it is, if a Raw guy was going to win, Braun Strowman, and then let him face Lesnar. And then if I was going to book it, I'd book it Goldberg, because I know Goldberg wants to, I believe, get back in the ring. I would book Goldberg versus Roman Reigns, simply because, just to see who has the better spear. We all know who does. Roman's got a tremendous work ethic, and I can't take that away from him. The problem is he just sucks. That's the problem. And I think he needs to turn heel. Maybe, or turn heel. If Roman Reigns turned heel, I think me and quite a lot of the fans would be happy. Now is the time for him to do that. He could turn heel now. But with the whole Shield thing, I mean, well, Dean's out now for a while. Samoa Joe's out. Samoa Joe was very, very good heel on Raw. The only top heel you've got on Raw now, apart from, like, Kane and The Miz, well, that's about it, really. Like, Lesnar's not really a heel anymore. I mean, he's just sort of, like, does what he likes kind of thing. And I don't know. But anyway, back to Raw 25. Basically, I liked seeing all the old females as well. It's great to see Michelle McCool as well. She's looking pretty healthy. Great to see Maurice with a baby bump. Fantastic news, obviously, when, But my final thought of Raw, a lot of people have been saying it was crap, myself included. I thought it was really, really rubbish crap. It could have been so much better. I don't understand why it was in the two arenas. The whole show should have just been in the Manhattan Center. That's my personal... Yes, okay, it would have only been a couple of tickets sold, but they would have had more viewership on TV. They would have sold out that arena. They could have made it... you see what I'm saying? They could have made it really big. But basically my final thought, obviously, taking away the fact that obviously it could have been better, it's like what my friend was saying to me last night. It's a nostalgic show, because everyone was thinking, oh, we get a little, even Renee Young said in the pre-show, now normally the Royal Rumble is the start to the road to WrestleMania, and people start turning up, on Raw and SmackDown to build up matches to WrestleMania. And Renee said on her pre-show that we get a little added bonus starting off the road to WrestleMania tonight. No, that's not what Raw 25 was about. Raw 25 was about nostalgia, and letting you relive moments again, and having all these great guys. This Sunday is when it will start. Actually, it's going to start from Saturday. NXT TakeOver. I cannot wait for NXT TakeOver. Adam Cole versus Aleister Black. Wow. I mean, you can't... I can't pronounce the name, Salazar, whatever her name is, the UFC girl, versus Ember Moon. I really think she's going to beat Ember Moon, and then maybe Ember might turn up in the Royal Rumble. Who knows? Um, or Peyton Royce. I'll get onto that in a minute. I'm trying to remember the other matches. Oh God, I can't think. Is it the Authors of Pain versus the Authors of Pain versus Undisputed Era? Is that it? I think I'll have to find out. I think that is. That tag team match will be a great match. And obviously the main event as well, Johnny Gargano versus Cien Almas. I'd like Johnny Gargano to win, but I think Cien Almas has got potential to keep the title longer. That's just my opinion on the matter. I've been doing this for 10 minutes now. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap this video up. I feel, this weekend will be the start to. I think the Monday Night Raw after Royal Rumble has to be tremendously better than past Royal Rumbles. I think that you need something big to happen. The Royal Rumble itself, I mean, the first ever women's Royal Rumble. I mean, if a Raw person was going to win that, I'd probably say Asuka. Or a shock, Alicia Fox, mainly because she deserves some sort of a push. She's been there 10 years, she's had nothing. Fair play to her. SmackDown, I'd probably say Becky Lynch, or I don't know. Or maybe Ronda might turn up. Miss Rousey, she might turn up and win it. I mean, it would be tremendous if she did debut. If she debuted and she won it as well. So, like, not only are you making history debuting in WWE, but you've also won the thing as well. But a lot of people think Asuka, because obviously, because of what happened on Raw as well, which she was throwing them over the ropes. So who knows? That's my pick. I think for the men's, obviously if a Raw guy was going to win, I'd say Braun Strowman. SmackDown guy, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, or possibly even Kevin Owens if he gets back into it. I don't know. Like, it would be amazing. As long as it's not Roman Reigns. Like, I'd be happy as long as it's not Roman Reigns. But now that he's lost the title, obviously Roman's going to be in it. Or actually no, scratch that. I'd like Woken Matt to win it, possibly. I'm gonna pitch the idea as well, because a lot of people are like, if Taker is gonna have a match at WrestleMania, who should it be against? Obviously, I don't want it to be Roman Reigns. I would like Taker to be in the Royal Rumble, turn up in the Royal Rumble, win the Royal Rumble, go on to WrestleMania, to the same arena where Lesnar broke his streak. Taker turns up and basically wins the title and has one more little title run before he does retire, and basically gets his revenge in the same arena, like with Lesnar one more time. But obviously Lesnar versus Undertaker again, yes, it's great TV and stuff like that, but it's getting a bit, OTT. It all depends, like, what people want to see, really. It's just my opinion on the matter. Like, no one needs to really watch this or listen to it, but I would like people to watch it about WWE and stuff. So, but if I was gonna put Lesnar, if I know they might be doing Kurt Angle versus Triple H, or Kurt Angle versus Jason Jordan would be tremendous. Like, Jason could turn on his dad or something. I don't know, or be in the corner of Triple H. I don't know, versus Angle. Or I'd really like to see Taker face one of these three guys, either Finn Balor, Demon Balor, sort of like a passing the torch kind of thing. Woken Matt Hardy. I would love to see Taker versus Woken Matt Hardy, just to see the head games that they could do to each other, and which side would you be on. Or Kurt Angle versus Undertaker. I would love to see that, and maybe Kurt gives it all he can, like literally puts it out there, and because they have unfinished business. If you go back to WWE No Way Out 2006, there was a controversial ending to the match. Taker had him in a submission. Angle flipped over, got the 1-2-3. Taker was adamant. Kurt tapped, and he put him up again. And they were meant to do that match at WrestleMania, Angle versus Taker, but they scrapped it, and it was Taker versus Mark casket match back then. God, ages ago now. I think maybe if they brought that back, it would be tremendous. I mean, who knows? I mean, Taker might want to go. If Taker did turn up, win the Royal Rumble, everyone would expect him to go for Lesnar. I mean, he could go for AJ Styles, which would be a tremendous match. My dream scenario. I know there's been a lot of rumors around about Daniel Bryan possibly in the Royal Rumble. That is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't think it is going to happen. He ain't going to get cleared. It would be amazing if number 30, his music did hit, and he did come out and win it and face AJ at the title for the title at WrestleMania. That isn't going to happen. But if I was going to do something amazing, I would probably have number 30, Daniel Bryan. He comes out wearing something like this. People start booing. They're like, what? This is, BS, BS, chance. But then Daniel Bryan reveals that he's not number 30. This guy is the newest signee to SmackDown Live. And then maybe have like the debut, I don't know, Ricochet or, something really amazing. Like, I mean, obviously I know he's still going to be in UFC, but it would be amazing if, say, Punk did return. And that's how I would envision it. The crowd would go absolutely crazy. Like, obviously, or Kenny Omega, but obviously he's just re-signed with New Japan. That isn't going to happen. Maybe that could happen next year. I'm talking out my ass again. Sorry. I love the WWE. I've grew up idolising the WWE. Mainly The Undertaker, obviously. So that's why I was really annoyed with Raw 25, because I thought you could see he looked bored. He might not have been. He might just be a really good actor. But I just want to say like whatever happens, if he does retire or if he does have matches, I'm setting the record straight now. The reason why I admire The Undertaker so much is because I grew up. I started watching the WWE with my father. My father then decided he wanted to leave and left us high and dry. And it sounds stupid and weird, but watching Taker on the TV, and the fact that he's ginger as well, and I'm ginger, and both got tattoos and stuff. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to sound silly or something, but I'm being deadly serious here. When I watched him on telly, he kind of helped me grow up, if that makes sense. I know that sounds silly, but you can see that, because I know he's a tremendous father. I've watched his, I've seen things from like behind the scenes, all the charity stuff he does. He you can't really fault him at all. Obviously, my dream would be to meet him, obviously, but that's never going to happen, I don't think, because it's just one of them. But I think he's just a phenomenal guy, phenomenal athlete, genius person. He deserves so much respect. Like, I know he did that whole thing years ago with the heel where he wanted to, when he turned heel after the whole biker thing, he shaved his head, he cut his long hair and said he wanted respect from everybody, beat up Jim Ross and stuff. But the guy has earned respect. He's earned respect from me. From the moment I saw him, to be fair, I mean, I saw this creepy-ass dude with a long-ass goatee, right? Long-ass goatee, wearing a thing, doing some satanic ritual stuff with fake blood. I thought this was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, 7-year-old. And I'm thinking, yeah. Fast forward a year later, me saying to me father, the millennium's Chris Jericho. No, it's not, Dan. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. And I got it right. So, another guy who I thought should have had should have even been given a bit more, maybe even a match on Raw, because he looked like he was in tremendous conditioning, but maybe he is still hurting from the Kenny Omega match, which, by the way, was phenomenal. Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho should have been a WrestleMania match. That should have been a WrestleMania match. It was just phenomenal. Ricochet and War Machine joining WWE. All I'm going to say is wow. Like, wow. Good on WWE. Trevor, Ricochet, mate. Prince Puma, like, you don't understand how awesome you are. Like, I've watched your matches from Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor. I've watched, like, videos of just you doing your crazy-ass moves. I cannot wait to see what you're going to do. Hopefully you're not going to NXT. I'd love to see you on the main roster. Like, turn up in the Royal Rumble. Like, it would be tremendous. Like, I'd like to, if I was gonna book it, I'd say Ricochet be number 30, wins the Royal Rumble, challenges AJ Styles to one of the biggest matches going. Or maybe sod that, make it Ricochet, Nakamura, Styles, triple threat. It would be amazing. It would be probably one of the best matches going. But to be fair, AJ Styles versus Nakamura, if it happens, hopefully it does, it's going to steal the show. it's going to be one of them matches that we'll remember. I believe it's going to be as classic as Steamboat versus Savage. If they play it right and they give them enough time, I think it will be tremendous. And so yeah, that's my video. Been almost 20 minutes doing this video, so yeah, lot of love and respect to WWE. Thank you, Vince. I am gonna say thank you, Vince, for creating such an amazing show. I'm gonna keep watching. I know there have been some haters saying, "Oh, I'm not watching anymore." Blah blah blah. I know I've said that to myself a couple of times, but I carry on watching because it's a part of my life. I mean, I've got everything I could ever want. I've got a beautiful fiance. I've got beautiful kids. Oh, and thank you for everyone's support for Piper as well, with her retinoblastoma. Bless her. She's doing really, really well. Just for people who do want to watch these videos and want to know about her, just she's obviously got that behind her left eye. 90% of it has been wiped out. The last 10% is going to be a bit difficult, but that was just after the first round of chemo. So you know, anything can happen. She's a remarkable baby. I love her to bits. She turns 1 tomorrow. She's not here currently. She's not here today because she's gone to have her second chemo with my lovely fiance and my amazing mom, who does everything. Well, tries to do everything for us, but she's amazing. My whole family have been amazing. All of them, my sister, my nan, everyone's been amazing. That's why I love them so much. And back to WWE. WWE is my family. I mean, I know I've never met them. I probably never will. I'd love to meet them. I'd love to meet everybody. And just to say to them, thank you to everybody. I mean everybody. The props, the sound guy, you know, all technicians, everybody. Like, yeah. But yeah. So yeah, that's my reaction to Raw 25. I thought it was a great show. Nostalgia. Could have been better. There were times when it slipped up a couple of times. It shouldn't have been 2 arenas. It should have just been in the Manhattan Arena. End of story. And yeah, people might have fought to get tickets and stuff, but there would have been more people watching it on for viewership. Because you think about it, a couple of hundred people in a little arena, and then there's a couple of million people watching it at home. Just a little thought, you know. But yeah, and my Royal Rumble predictions, I've said them as well, so who knows? Let's just see what happens. Goodbye, guys.